today's program. Thank you for joining us today for this special workshop and panel discussion presented by Realtor University Center for Real Estate Studies. Today's message, Changing Dynamics of Recent Homebuyers and Homesellers. As you know, Realtor University offers many professional development courses to its members. These courses cover a variety of relevant business ideas, topics, and trends affecting the industry. Students can earn over 24 designations and certifications. Taking our continuing education a step further, Realtor University now offers professionals an opportunity to stand out in a whole new way. In 2011, Realtor University received approval and degree granting authority from the Illinois Board of Higher Education. Realtor University's Master of Real Estate program is unlike any advanced program available today and has been created specifically with real estate professionals in mind. Additionally, with more than 40 students, Realtor University is now among the largest graduate programs in the country. The Realtor University Graduate School allows students to expand their education with a unique blend of practical and applied learning. With 5 concentrations ranging from asset and property management to real estate association management, an MRE program allows you to take your professional specialty to the highest level possible. We built Realtor University from the ground up to offer our students the most valuable real estate degrees available. Our board, our panels, our faculty, and our staff include some of the brightest and most respected individuals in the industry. Our global online campus welcomes professionals from all over the world and connects you to an expansive network of like-minded students, faculty, and others who share ideas while growing your business for today and the industry for tomorrow. In conjunction with our master's program, we also offer access to the Realtor University Library, the largest real estate library in the world, with physical library over 12,000 books, reports, CDs, DVDs, videos, audio tapes, 1,700 business, academic, and general interest journals, most in full text format, available online. We have more than 2,300 digital books, audio books, and videos on residential and commercial real estate, and much, much more. We've established the Realtor University Center for Real Estate Studies, a research laboratory designed to provide the most practical, applied, hands-on, scholarly research, data and analysis relevant to current industry trends and policy issues. In the past year alone, the center has funded and produced research in down payment assistance programs, the rent versus buy question, conservation development practices, and of particular relevance this morning on general homeownership trends and forecasting future housing demand. And highlighted in particular this morning, measuring time on the market as an indicator of market conditions and who buys housing for cash and where. The Center for Research Studies is pleased to bring this morning's session and panel to the 2012 annual convention. Now to introduce our esteemed panel, I turn the program over to Lawrence Yoon, the Chief Economist and Senior Vice President of the National Association of Realtors. Lawrence?
Thank you, Merle. Aside being the Chief Economist and Senior Vice President for the National Association of Realtors, I do have another hat on. And that hat is that I am a research director for the Realtor University. And one of the goals of the broader Realtor University as well as the research center is to provide that critical linkage between practitioner and the academic studies. As I was getting my PhD, there are many academic papers with heavy mathematics. But at the end, the conclusion, what does it mean for Americans? What does it mean for the economy? What does it mean for the consumers? And sometimes one has to scratch their head to say, I'm not sure what was accomplished here. But the goal of the Realtor University Research Center is very direct to assure that the research that we fund has a direct application for our realtor members so that we have a sound, vigorous, rigorous analysis that shows that certain factors actually determine consumer behavior. Knowledge of that behavior may help raise your business activity. So we are trying to truly have a linkage between the academic world and the practitioners. Now, in setting up, first, Merle is a large real estate broker, so he clearly understands the real estate business. And furthermore, when we search the research topics, for example, today's topic, the cash buyers and days on the market topics, we seek out a comment from our advisory board who are composed of Realtor members. So they are actual practitioners who help us select the topics. So I'm very privileged, first of all, to be participating in this. And also very privileged to be with both Tom Sprinkler and Grant Thrall, because both are heavyweights in something called American Real Estate Society. For many of you who may not know it, it's an academic society. It's a group of people who study real estate in the academia. Both Grant and Tom has been at the very high level of this society, so we are very privileged to have both. So let me first give a brief remark on how I have been seeing in the recent years on some of the changing dynamics of the home buyers and home sellers. First is tremendous increase in cash buyers, which we have not seen before. Is this a new normal, or is it a time period reflective of tight underwriting standards? And also, given that many of the assets, whether putting money in the bank, perhaps putting money in the bond, is yielding very low, so maybe the investors are interested in going in all cash. But we have this surge in cash activity, which we have never seen before. 10 years ago, cash buyers would have represented less than 10%. And in fact, there was no in-depth study of the cash buyer because it was not so significant. We just assumed that super wealthy people would buy a home all cash. But recently, about 20-25%, in some months, 30% of all transactions are all cash. We have international buyers coming in. Many of the international buyers, 60-70% are all cash. So cash has become much more important, but is this a new normal trend that we anticipate? Furthermore, sudden quick turnaround in the market conditions. Just a couple of years ago, I remember in the front page of the Miami Herald, which put the Miami market, in essence, is just awful, most ugly thing that you would ever want to witness, and mentioning that it would take possibly 16 years to clear out the inventory. So given the supply and demand situation. Well, today, Miami, there's a shortage of inventory. There's not enough homes to sell because buyers have snapped up quickly, prices are rising, very low inventory situation. So very quick changes in dynamics and certainly impacting the times on the market. Our data shows that the time on the market has clearly declined in recent months. But we have speakers today to look into it a little more in depth, and hopefully we gain additional insight. I hope that you can use some of the information in your everyday business or position. If you're a broker, training your agents of this new information. So let's begin. So let's start with Professor Grant Thrall. He is the president-elect of the American Real Estate Society, which is a global association of real estate and land economics. He is one of the leading international experts also in the geospatial analysis for business. And just to show you that he is not only a professor, academic, but the real world person, he is a managing director of businessgeography.com, which conducts real estate market analysis for over $1 billion in development and redevelopment. So let's go ahead and start with Grant.
I share many of the values of Lawrence. How I got into this is that I've done my share of very deep mathematical work. And I sat through one session at a conference and I watched the presenter do things like, and you're not, I would be surprised if any of you knew what these things were. He had proofs of bordered Hessians and second order conditions and all kinds of calculus and calculus variations. And I understood what he was saying. I thought, well, that's all good, and he's correct. And then at the end of an hour, and he said, therefore I have proved that rich people can buy better stuff. And right at that moment, that was an epiphany for me. I thought, I need to change, and my discipline needs to change. And today I'm proud to say that while I am the president, of the American Real Estate Society. And our motto is a balance of rigor and relevance. And we have, in the last several years, made wonderful partnerships with the Appraisal Institute, whose academic board of directors I'm on, with CCIM, and I have been one of the co-authors of their new real estate market analysis 102 curriculum. So if your friends are going through the CCIM program and they're finding that the GIS component, the geospatial component, is just too weird and off the board for them, he did it. So my name won't be on that book, but it is on another book that I will have a shameful plug. And that is, I am on Amazon.com. The title of the book is Business Geography, and I am a geographer, and New Real Estate Market Analysis. And I do real estate market analysis, and I'm also an economist. Alfred Marshall, the great economist, and that's what we call him, the great economist. Whenever you see his name, Alfred Marshall, the great economist. He dominated economic thinking from 1890 through until the then new generation of economists after World War II, Paul Samuelson and Milton Friedman. And Alfred Marshall, in the introduction of his book, says that real estate is the most interesting and the most difficult of the economic sciences. So we are an academic discipline, and it is rigorous, but we also want to be relevant to you. So with that preamble, let's do some geospatial stuff. Of course, what's geospatial? I'll just say Google Maps. I'm not embarrassed by it. And I won't say that I have a PhD in Google Maps or a PhD in a spreadsheet. That's the technology that we use, and Google Maps is just a little bit of the top of the iceberg of a larger geospatial technology. And the geospatial technology, the U.S. Department of Labor, and I'm saying this to you because many of you are brokers and you're building up your team. Think about the criteria of the people that you will be hiring and what you want from the universities to train the students in. And we will be, because I'm on the faculty of Realtor University, we will be educating students in this topic. And my hope is that they will all be trained in geospatial. The U.S. Department of Labor says the 5 areas of greatest critical need in the United States today for labor is biotechnology, nanotechnology, and geospatial technology. So this is not a trivial consideration. So there's a lot. Let's see if I can match the technology of my mouse here. No. I think all we have to do is give this thing. Well, she's the technology person. I'm a high-level administrator. Okay, now I push this button. Okay, that's the okay. Okay.